Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, "Real estate cannot be lost or stolen, nor can it be carried away. Purchased with common sense, paid for in full, and managed with reasonable care, it's about the safest investment in the world." And real estate is what we do. This is the Realtors Radio Network. There's no sense in overcomplicating real estate. And if you're a first-time home buyer, an investor, or a real estate agent, you're about to get useful, practical, and smart advice on every facet of real estate. Welcome to the Realtors Radio Network. Now your hosts, Santos Garcia, Marcos Suarez, and Don McCullough.
Welcome to Realtors Radio Network. Today we have Johann Espinola. He's back to talk to us about some of the projects that we have going on in Noval in the Dominican Republic. But first, our usual guests, our usual suspects, as we like to say. Santos Garcia.
Hello.
Don McCullough. And myself, Marcos Suarez.
Marcos Suarez.
And Johann Espinola.
Yes, Johann is going to tell us a little bit about Coralia. You're going to tell us about today, right?
I think we're going to talk about Coralia today. We could talk a little bit about Aquamarine as well because they're kind of close, but we're going to start with Coralia.
Nice.
I just got back from the inauguration, the kickoff party in Santo Domingo, which was quite epic. It was very nice.
I heard great things about it. I saw some video that I wish I was there.
Yeah, I saw some videos and photos. Everything over there looks amazing.
Yeah, the alcalde for Santo Domingo was there. We had some TV representation, some of the contractors and developers that are going to come in and help us with this development. We're all present just for the kickoff party and the launch officially for the country because everything Coralia is with the efforts of leaving a legacy because it's in Santo Domingo Este right now. And, one project doesn't change an area. It's when the focus of the government comes into the area as well as other private investments, those two things combined are going to start helping develop and the evolution of the area. So it starts with the projects that are planned and coming, but then as well as the focus of the government to help put all the additional infrastructure, bring the additional attention for recreation, for activities, for expansion of the Del Malecón, the whole area that, it's not just the project of Coralia, everything that surrounds it. The government has its focus on Santo Domingo Este to start working on its evolution. Similar to how, if you guys know Miami, I'm sure you do, Brickell was not Brickell
right.
A long time ago, but it started with one development after another, and now it's like a hotspot. It's a hub, and it's a financial powerhouse.
Sure.
That's the idea that the government envisions for Santo Domingo Este, and it's starting slowly but surely, and the first mega project is Coralia. So we're very proud to be the spearheaders, if we may say.
Yeah, you're the pioneers
for the
sure.
Santo Domingo Este.
And so in Santo Domingo Este, for people who don't know the area, Santo Domingo Este is east of the colonial zone, La Zona Colonial.
Yes.
Which is the first city, the first university, the first hospital of the New World. I think the first hospital was something like in the 1598 or something like that. It was very long time ago.
Long time ago.
And it's still there, still operating, by the way. But that's Coralia is going to be east of that, just about 8 or 9 minutes from that. And then it's going to be about, is it 12 minutes or 15 minutes from the airport? I mean, that's amazing.
It's 12 to 15 minutes from the airport, and the government's also going to help make that even more efficient of a travel.
Sure.
So they're working on that. It's right there, close to the beach. That's before you get to the airport, but you're directly connected to the arrival in Santo Domingo.
20 minutes from Boca Chica.
20 minutes from Boca Chica, about 25 minutes, 30 minutes from Juan Dolio. So
it's amazing.
It's right on the water. You're connected. You're there in the city without being in the city because Coralia will be its own like an infrastructure city. You're going to have
Sure.
a convention center. You're going to have supermarkets, gastronomy.
It has its own clinic, I saw.
residential, yes, clinics, its own residential towers, a hotel tower. It's going to be a pure development that is going to change the entire area, and that's hopefully just falls down like dominoes. Like there's pieces and processes that happen when a mega development starts. So
Sure, everybody's going to want to be around it. So they'll build, that'll be the first, but I'm sure there'll be others who build around it.
oh yeah, there's already plots of land that are to the sides and on the outside of where Coralia will be that are already they're selling for top
They have
dollar, and
plans.
it's just land for people that want to invest and are going to invest. I don't
Sure.
know if you know if you used to know, you ever see Aqua Splash in Santo Domingo?
Yes.
That piece of land, I believe, is being sold. It's either $50 million, that piece of land.
Yeah, it's a big water park.
It's a tremendous one. I used to go there all the time with my brother when we spend months in Santo Domingo. My grandmother would just take us there. We loved that park. It was fantastic. It was huge. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But now that's close to the Coralia area, and that is for sale. And there are other smaller projects that are being positioned close to Coralia, but Coralia is the mega the project that's going to happen there, and it's going to be the first one to set itself up for the evolution of Santo Domingo Este. It's going to have 6 residential condo hotel towers, and it's going to have 1 tower that's strictly a hotel. That'll be a branded residence by, not sure yet, but it will be a very large international name that's going to handle that branded residencies
And
hotel.
from what I was reading, I think it has 3,369 condos that are going to be for sale.
Yes.
Okay.
They have all 6 towers are going to have 50 levels high,
Nice.
right in front of the water. Some towers are going to be right in front of the water. Some units are going to have 100% view directly to the ocean. Some to the sides. The towers in the back, I'm sure you'll be able to see the view, but it's 6 towers with over 3,300 units that are going to be available for sale, either to live, to rent, to put to work for you, for rental income, for a second home, for anything that you may be interested in.
Nice.
It's going to be a game changer in all of this.
And then it has the convention center.
The convention center is going to
6,000
bring people.
people.
6,000 people.
So you can have a concert in there.
You can have a concert in there. If you name it, it can happen. It could be a real estate conference. It could be a music conference. It could be a presentation.
You hear that, United? We can have a conference.
Yeah.
You
4
can
years
have
from
a
now.
festival in there inside of a complex. If you're in the convention center, I've seen everything: car shows, art shows, business shows, music shows, real estate stuff, anything. If you imagine it, the convention center is going to allow it to be able to come to Santo Domingo because there's nothing like that in all of Central and the Caribbean.
And you'll have the hotel. You can stay
And
there.
the hotel is right there. And if you have your place there, you can also
Rent it out to people who are using coming for the convention.
There
right?
will be attention that comes. When you build it, they will come. And that convention center is definitely going to have a lot of attention in its direction from all parts of the world. Because it's a huge part of the project is that convention center to bring the ideas and the presentations and the conventions to bring people into Santo Domingo Este because normally they wouldn't be there.
That would be amazing. I remember a few years back, I was by the Jaragua and I saw that Richard Marx was going to be playing at the Jaragua. And I was thinking just now, how amazing would it be if he could show up to that place and have 6,000 fans? Because the Dominican Republic loves, American music and definitely Richard Marx.
They love music. They love live music. We love it all. Music keeps the country vibrant, happy, and moving. That's a fact. The music is everywhere, and we love it.
Fantastic. So that is going to be its own city. It's going to be its own. I mean, the restaurants will be there. It has its own clinic or hospital.
Basically,
so it has everything that you could possibly want.
You'll have it'll be its own little mini city, but it'll be a huge mini city with a lot of residents, a lot of neighbors.
7 million square feet of space.
You may not have to leave to go do things you have to do, but that's the idea. It's a complex that has it all for those that want to stay, go visit, go eat. The gastronomy is going to be top notch. the food in DR is great. Food, farm to table
Yes.
in our country is fantastic. And when you get the right
Absolutely.
gastronomy, the right chefs behind it, you eat
Yeah.
exquisitely.
Well
Yeah.
said.
Looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. And the project is about 4-year long project, right?
It's gonna be in phases. Phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're looking. The estimated time frame right now is about 2032. We're
Okay.
midway to 2026 right now. 2032 is when we anticipate to start doing some of the deliverables, but that doesn't mean that all of the other towers are going to be completed. That's
No, of course, the ones that'll
everything is
be
in
ready.
phases,
Sure.
yes. Now, that's when the first ones that will be ready should be anticipated to be ready by then. And then shortly after that, the rest of the towers and everything is just going to come together.
Whoever buys first gets to start using them.
Whoever-
Yeah.
That is a fact. Because
Yeah.
the evolution doesn't start with one project, right? The first project
keeps
that's
going
there
anyway, yeah.
is one.
Right.
Then the rest of the stuff, it takes about a decade to completely evolve an area in any
Sure.
situation, whether it was Miami, whether it was in Central America, other parts of the United States where something of this nature happened. Like the first project didn't change everything. It
Right.
just started the changes like a domino piece falling down, and everything else that followed suit. Those that get in first get in at the price that it is now, because when
Right.
the evolution is firm and it is there underway, the price is going to reflect that.
Absolutely.
And
It's funny. I was thinking about that because I do fly down to Miami a lot, and when you Brickell or just about anywhere, right? Even the most depressed areas of any surrounding parts of Miami, if you bought back then and you compare to now, even a shack these days is $500,000.
Yeah.
And you could pick those up for 190, 180,000, and now 4 times your money. In just a few short years, in a decade, you'll definitely have a jewel on your hands.
It's a really good
Oh, yeah.
return.
Yeah, it's an amazing return.
there is plusvalia in mind. In Brickell, right now you could buy a matchbox for like $1 million.
Yeah.
It literally in a room, a small room, you
Yeah.
have everything you need. $1 million, like wow! But that wasn't that way when it first started.
No.
Those that got in nice and early, they're reaping all those benefits.
Absolutely.
Same idea is coming to Santo Domingo. And
Yeah, I see it. I see it being the catalyst for everything else that's coming in that area, because and it's been unused for 100 years. The Dominican Republic could have easily expanded Santo Domingo way into that area by now, and they haven't. But it's going to take a project like this to open everybody else's eyes to see, hey, this is what's possible. Look how much closer we are to the airport. Look how much closer we are to the beach here. Look how much area we have that we can plan for the future on.
how much
Because
traffic
now
we
all
can
the-
avoid.
Yes.
that's
being in
the
this
main part.
area.
Well, think about it. It's gonna all the people that want to leave Santo Domingo proper, right, the middle of Santo Domingo, and move out there. It's gonna relieve a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
When next thing you know, everything will smooth out, right? Because there'd be a lot less people over there. There'll be a few more people on this side, and it's gonna even out the traffic.
Yeah.
It might even give the city, the whole country, some pause as to, okay, maybe we should work on traffic and rework. Like the U.S. does studies to make sure that there's enough lanes, right? Enough, these 2 lanes don't cut it anymore. We've grown by 2 million people. We need 4 or 5 lanes, right?
Yeah.
So that may give them a chance to really build out the road systems the way we'd like them to, right?
I certainly hope so. That's got to be in their vision for that area, because
Yeah.
there's not a lot. It's not just the development. We're close to the port Santos where the ships come from, the cruise ships.
Right.
We're also close to that area. Coralia is going to be close to the National
We have
Aquarium.
to get a train to go visit Coralia.
Yeah,
A train.
absolutely.
That'd be
That would be
amazing.
cool. I don't think there's a train in Santo Domingo yet, but
Well, no,
it's
they
suited-
have
got-
subways.
the
They have
subways. They're coming.
But the elevated train to get everybody from one end to the other would be amazing.
but I'm sure
They've been talking about it for a long time.
maybe now is going to be the time to consider putting that into play, because
Yeah.
that would be super cool.
Yeah.
Imagine flying into Santo Domingo, just seeing the towers where you're going to go and stay.
Yeah.
It's going to be. You'll see it from
Yeah.
far from close.
It's going to be
You'll
too
be
big
able
of
to
a
see it.
project not to be
Yeah.
able to see it. Yeah. That'll be nice. And anywhere you're flying in, you'll be able to see, from any direction. You're either on that side of the seat, or because you know how the airport is a circle
Yeah.
to get into the airport, so all the passengers will be able to see that project.
You're gonna drive by. I like taking the road that goes right along the water to the airport all the
Oh,
time.
sure.
I never
Yeah.
go through
El
the middle of the
Malecón, yeah.
city.
Yeah.
I just
No.
go through the Malecón, cross the little bridge, and stay
Me
on the
too.
water.
Me too.
And every time we do that, we're gonna see the project.
That's
so
right.
it's gonna have natural,
Avenida
organic
España.
visibility of view. And
Yeah.
España is gonna change.
Yeah.
The government's also gonna take the whole Malecón space that's there, and they're going to bring it back to be more like it is in Santo Domingo. Have restaurants, recreational
Sure.
area.
It's a nice
bring
walking,
family
and
stuff.
jogging, path. Yeah.
For sports and recreation. Like I said before, it was also close to the aquarium, which is
Right.
right on the water. So
I'd been to that
The whole
aquarium.
thing is going to be wonderful once it all comes to life.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
I'm excited. So I'm happy to be a part of this. I'm
Me
happy
too.
that I was there during the launch. So Coralia is going to be quite something.
Yes.
It's
I
going to leave a
agree.
legacy, and it's going to be the first domino to be put in place to help Santo Domingo Este come to the future.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a fantastic transformation of that whole area. One of the things that, and we don't have to talk about it here, but one of the things that people keep asking about is what are the prices like? Do they start at, are they studios, or do they start at one bedrooms and then go up?
There, I believe we got all the studios were already spoken for in the pre-sale. Now that we're in the sales, there's 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. There's penthouses on the 50th floor. So there's layouts to accommodate anyone's requirement, anyone's need.
Do you have, do you know of any prices offhand, or you don't want to get into that?
Yeah, we could talk. No, I mean the 1 bedrooms, I believe they start around $249. I'm gonna confirm the details, and
Sure.
you'll be able to show
In the tubes.
the images in the tools once you go through to production. Once I'm here talking right here, you'll be able to see the actual official prices
Sure.
with the layouts. But they start around the 200s,
Okay.
plus or minus a few numbers, but they're around that. And the penthouses I know they go up to over $1 million. So
Sure, I can imagine.
anywhere in between, there you'll find the spaces, depending on how big, how square meters or square footage.
Those are the prices now. Imagine
Those are the prices
10
now.
years from now.
That's the price now. Then the price is where it's at. So
Yeah.
when the area is developed, those numbers, I can't speak to where they'll be. I
Yeah.
can't guarantee that they're gonna do what we talked about. But if we know history, if we know real estate,
Sure.
we know that just naturally comes with
Yeah.
with the motion and the process.
And we
I
have the
agree.
same, I feel like we have the same effect here. So whenever we have some new buildings go up, there's sort of the pre-construction pricing, and then once they, start breaking ground and it gets more developed, the prices just keep going up.
Oh yeah.
And then, of course, once it's sold out, they go up even more.
Yeah. Once they're sold out and they're all spoken for, if those people that bought in, they don't want to let go because they're just waiting, you just can't get one. So if you are on the fence, get off of it because this is happening. Yes or yes.
Right?
Yeah.
In my unit that I invested with Noval back in 2021, I purchased it around 215 or so. They are reselling for the same size, almost at 400 now,
Wow.
because
Nice.
they are operated, and they're the reason for that is because it's the branded residencies, because it's not
Sure.
just a unit that you're in charge of, you're maintaining. It's the evolution. It doesn't stay the same when you got it. It's a consistent flow of changing, adjusting, bringing people, quality to the place, continuous improvements, and evolution to meet the requirements and the needs of the people that are visiting and the people that are property owners there. So that upkeep on the consistent basis of everything helps increase the value and the name to just keep it being brought up. So it is something that's going to happen. It's just imminent. Just a
Nice.
matter of when. That's all. So it had the same thing happen here, the pre-construction, and then once it's here, it has its price, and then if they're done and it's available and it's a finished unit, it has a different price. It's same idea.
Very nice.
Pre-construction is the smart way to invest.
Yeah.
I agree. So buy your unit now before it's too late.
Buy now or pay more later.
That's it, right?
By now,
That's
or pay
it.
more, reserve now and pay more because you pay along the time of the
Right,
construction.
the construction. That's
you
right.
basically reserve it with some formalities that we can get into later if you'd like. But you reserve it and submit your deposit. And
Let's get into that for a second. How much is it to reserve it? Is it 1,000, 500, 5,000?
Depends on the unit. It's between 5 and 10,000, depending on if you're going with the higher tier. It could be 10. If you're going with the 1-2 bedrooms, you could reserve it with 5,000.
Okay.
That's just the reservation. When you fill out your form, it'll go through Marcos, through your agents. You got to get your clients interested and identify which units they want to reserve. Once we do that and it's noticed that it's available, the unit is set aside and the client has to submit a reservation payment, that 5 or 10K, right? And then after that reservation payment is submitted, you have 30 days to submit a 20% down payment, which is your down payment towards your property. That in that process, you'll know the breakdown of your payments throughout the life cycle of construction. But that 20% down payment is basically reaffirming that is your unit. The reservation just sets it aside for you until you can complete that within 30 days. And then once that 20% is paid, then you go in through a quarterly, every 6 months, however arrangement your client wants to do throughout the life cycle of the construction.
They could do a monthly payment until the
they could
construction's
do monthly,
over.
they could do quarterly, they could do biannually, they could do one payment, one lump sum a year while it is in construction.
Okay.
However it works best, but you pay while it's in construction, and once the keys are ready, then your keys will be ready in 2032 onwards. So
Awesome.
that's how the process works.
All right. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll say goodbye for now, but we'll come back with an aquamarine update. So, Johann, thank you so much for coming along.
You're most welcome.
And,
You're most welcome. Speaking about aquamarine, before we say bye, there's going to be an event that happens, a virtual event where brokers can join in. Noval's going to be hosting.
It's on Thursday.
So it's on Thursday. Yep. So
July 30th.
any interest, you can join. We can share that link so everyone
Perfect.
can join in. That's in your network.
All right. Well, thank you for coming, and this is
Realtors Radio Network signing off.
Awesome.
Keep an ear out for the next episode of the Realtors Radio Network, where Santos Garcia, Marcos Suarez, and Don McCullough share their wealth of real estate knowledge. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, review, and share. Find us on social media at Realtors Radio Network. See you next time on the Realtors Radio Network.